I'm going to read something out of Revelation 3, 20, 21, and 22. These are the words of Jesus. Speaking to John the Apostle, brings him to heaven after, this is long after he's been resurrected and already in heaven. And he brings him up there to give him the end time revelation. Okay? And it's about him. And he says this to John. He tells John to write these things down. But he says this in chapter 3, verse 20 through 21, 22. Okay? Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him, and I will sup with him, and he with me. He that overcomes, I will grant him to sit with me in my throne, even as I also came to sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Okay, now anybody that has an ear, I got ears. I don't know about you guys, but I got ears. It's for us. It's for all of us. Okay? This is the invitation to get saved. The invitation to let Jesus come into your life. He wants to give you an inheritance. He doesn't want to give you the lake of fire. He wants to give you an inheritance. He does not want to send you to the lake of fire. The lake of fire was designed for the devil and his fallen angels. He will send the sons of disobedience into the lake of fire. If you receive Jesus, you will not go to the lake of fire. You go into heaven. But here's the thing. If you don't have Jesus, if you don't have him, you're opposing him. Jesus said in the Gospels, he said this, that if you're for him, you're gathering with him. But if you're not, you're scattering against him. If you're with him, you're gathering for him. If you're not, if you're opposing him, you're scattering against him. In other words, if you're for him, you'll gather in for him. You'll gather other people for the kingdom. This is why Christians go around preaching the gospel, and why we say, hey, you guys need to get saved. This is why we talk to the world about getting saved. They don't want to hear it, but they need to. Because it's the only way to heaven. The other way is a lake of fire, and it's real. And you don't want to be there. It's eternal torment. God doesn't want to put anybody there, but he will put if you're a son of disobedience, what that means is if you have not received Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you're opposing God's will. God will put you on the left side where the goats, disobedience, you go with the devil and his angels, fallen angels, his gang, to the lake of fire. It's real, it's going to happen. God's more powerful than the devil. Don't let anybody tell you that he isn't. Darkness is not more powerful than light. Light expels darkness. Light is greater. The power in the light's even greater. Just ask any witch that's ever gotten saved. They'll tell you that. Any sorcerer that's ever gotten saved, they'll tell you that. They'll say, yeah, the power of light's greater than the power of darkness. So listen, the choice is yours today. Jesus is standing at your door knocking. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and I will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh, I will grant him to sit with me on my throne, even as I also overcame and sat with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Did you hear that? In order to overcome, you have to have Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And no man comes to the Father except by him. He's the door. He's the only door. Everything else is a lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Jesus is the only way. Just read the Gospels. You'll see. Bless you. Hi. Bye-bye.